Welcome back. We are still discussing early and late marriage, the pros and the cons. Let's take me to the next question, to Doctor. Is there any perfect age to get married?
There is absolutely no perfect age to get married.
But we can suggest between this or this, maybe humanly.
Yes, we can suggest. From my own point of view,
Yes.
for early marriage, when I would say by the age of 21, you've gone to school, you've discovered yourself, you've gone through childhood, puberty, adolescence, you know, you've discovered yourself, you know what you want, you know why you want to do it. And the reason why you're going into the marriage, like I said before, it's very, very vital. Because marriage is not just because, oh, I love him, and that, and love is not everything. It doesn't end with love. Because when you enter the marriage, in fact, 40 years into the marriage, you still don't have a clue. You are still learning every day, because marriage is the only school that you take your certificate before you even start. So you are learning on the job. Yeah. So for early marriage, I would say for my own, I would say from 22, 23 for early marriage. Once you are okay, you're done with your schooling, because a woman has to be empowered. A woman has to be empowered. No matter how rich your parents or family or whatever, a woman has to have that power, the economic power. Because when you're going into that union, when you're going into that contract, you have something you're bringing to the table. Whether the second person, the male that is marrying the spouse for the early marriage, if the person also has something to bring to the table, you guys are not going to be struggling. Exactly. And then you begin to discover each other as you're growing up. It is fun. So marry early, you have your children early and everything. Now, for late marriage, I cannot say this is the perfect time to marry late, but I will advise, especially on medical basis, for late marriage. It's advisable that for a lady to be married at least before the age of 35. And this is the reason. In the medical balance, when we look at a woman, by the time you're 18 and you're getting to 20, your 20s, mid-20s, and your early 30s, those are your active reproductive time. Those are your active reproductive time. So if you are not married around that time, by the time you are getting to 37, 38, 40, you start struggling for, you know, to get pregnant and other things. In fact, right now, you would see a lot of people above the age of 35 having fibroids. Why? Because they are not getting pregnant. They are menstruating for so long. God has so made the body in such a way that that period of time that you're supposed, that your fertility period, your reproductive period, you have to grab that time and be in that be married around that time, and then you have your children, and then you're fine. And then, of course, the good thing about it is when you marry early, you become a grandmother early in life. And then by the time you are like, yes. So by the time you are like 50 years old or something, by your age of retirement, all your children are out of school, they are married, they are flexing, they are bringing money, they are, you know, you are not still struggling to send them to school at the age of 55 or 60.
Or doing school wrong.
Or you are still running school at the age of 42. You understand? So that is what I feel about that.
Okay, thank you so much. We both of us have almost the same view. For me, I said the rightful time for a young girl to get married, girls now, I separated it, should be that from 23 to 30 years for a lady. It's the rightful time you get married. There are some that marry below these 23 years. They have stories to tell. There's a popular musician, I wouldn't want to mention her name. She said later on that if she had gotten the sense she had now, she wouldn't have divorced the husband. But she married very, very early, and she didn't have sense of how to manage certain things, and she left the home. She confessed in the paper, I read it. I don't want to mention her name, that if she had the sense she had now, she wouldn't have left the marriage. She married before 23. So the average for me is to be 23 and 20 and 30 for a lady. So no matter how you want to enjoy yourself, remember, doctor just mentioned after 35 years becomes a problem for reproduction. And then I said for men, the also average age is for 26 to 35 for a young man to get married. If you marry after 35 years, you continue to do school run even when you are 60 years and all that. So no matter how the economy is tight, still have this at your brain, still be focused. You cannot have everything in the life before you married. I married my husband out of nothing. I think only what my husband had is education. I have small job doing. But the point I'm making is those of you that also want to marry Akate, if he doesn't have a car, if he doesn't have a house, I will not marry. Think level had changed. So grab what you want and two of you can make a home. I made that promise that I don't want to marry a man, has it all. I want to marry a young man that I'll build up family with. And that's exactly what happened to me. A few days ago, I just celebrated 33 years of marriage.
Wow.
A few years ago.
Wow.
And I speak now, I have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
So that's the way you're saying, I say like a human, you know. And if I come out here with some young girls, you see, so let me not just go there. You understand? So this is the rightful age. Between 23 to 30 for ladies and 26 to 35 for men. Try and work within there. And therefore, I'm speaking, if you know you already passed these stages, start thinking of what to do. Maybe you will not get everything. But sometimes when you marry, the wife God gave you, 2 of you build house. Before you think, oh, well, no money, money will start coming because both of you have already joined your force together to build a home. It takes 2 to tango. So please, do not delay for that because it's very, very dangerous. Last question before we take a break. Early or late marriage is prevalent among which gender? Is it among men or male or female gender?
Well,
or vice versa?
Early marriage is prevalent among the female gender.
Okay. And then late one?
Late is prevalent among the male gender. Yeah. Of course, we know the reason. Yeah, we have said it over and over again. It's a socio-economic reason.
Yeah, so it's just vice versa. So let's try and make sure we're able to balance it. What then are pros and cons of early and late marriage?
Thank you.
Yeah. That's my last
for
question.
early marriage allows you to grow together. Now we have talked about the age range. Mm-hmm. So if we are working with the age range that we have now, it allows the 2 of you to grow up together, discover each other. You raise a family, you build a home, you can build a business together. That's one of the pros of early marriage. Yeah. Secondly, you get to have you build your family. If you decide that you want to have 3 children, you want to have 2 children, you have all the children you want to have, and then you have enough time devoted to train them. Because while you're training them, you're also building up yourself. By the time your children are out of secondary school and they are going into the university, it's not a headache for you. Because you also have freedom. You're not old. You're not counting your time in the office that, oh my God, I have 2 more years to go. Where will I get the salary to pay their fees? Yeah. You know, that's one of the pros. Then one of the pros of early marriage also, some people believe that young parents are cooler parents than older parents. I also believe in that because, you know, as a young couple, as young parents, it's fun. You get to, you know, go to take your children out, probably your child
closer to them.
Yes, you play,
like your mates,
you can jump around the house, you play together, take them out to watch movie, take them out to play, you know, soccer, you attend their music class with them. It's fun. It's fun for younger parents. But someone that is at 50 and say
55
or 55 and they say, oh, daddy, I want to go for my.
Those who know how to attract him. He wouldn't even know what they're talking about. You know.
This is VVV.